What is up, everyone? This is Too Slow, and today I'm going to be working on my cousin's 2006 Toyota XB, Scion XB. It is a Toyota BB in Japan, and I'm pretty much going to go look over the entire vehicle because I haven't looked at it underneath. And let's go ahead and grab our flashlight here. So I already went ahead and did a quick visual under the vehicle, and one thing stood out very like a sore thumb, and I've been hearing it when I was driving here. And check this out, guys. Holy crap. So it looks like they did not install this sway bar end link correctly, so it went through. And if you see this one over here, this one looks like it's installed correctly. So I'm gonna see if I could try and maybe get this installed correctly, but I think they're just missing the part. Or is that it right there? I think that's it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could get this bolt right here out and install the sway bar end link correctly. But that looks like it's been doing it for a while, and you can see the bolt right there has been kind of rubbing up against the axle here. So, but quick things I'm going to be doing is the oil change and the ATF drain. But unfortunately, it looks like our oil drain, or what do they call this, the gasket, the oil pan gasket for the ATF is leaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably use another one. So might have to postpone the ATF service on this vehicle and do it some other day so that I could get the gasket and do it the right way, because I don't want to do this and then I have to drain it and refill it again. So makes no sense. Gonna change the oil filter, and we got some components over here. As I showed you guys, I do have original Toyota ATF. I got some Valvoline 5W30. Oops. And I got an OEM filter right here. So I didn't break that. Nope. So let's go ahead and get started. And I got some serpentine belts right here. There's the part number for this one. See if I could get you guys to show it. Focus, damn it. 909-16-02-711. That's one of the belts. This looks like to be the power steering belt, and this one's the engine belt. There's the part number for it. We're just gonna go ahead and replace it, might as well. So to make it a little bit easier, we're gonna go ahead and remove the splash guard and access the area right here, and we're gonna remove our wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the new power steering belt, and in order to do that, I have to remove the drive belt, which is the tensioner is located at the very top. It is, you use a 12mm wrench, and for the power steering pump right here, we go ahead and remove that 14mm bolt right there. We loosen that, and we should be able to get enough slack to get that belt off. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So this is the first oil change I'm doing on this vehicle. See how bad it is. Looks like regular, I guess. Doesn't look too bad, though. I've seen worse. I mean, you can see my hair right here. It's still kind of golden. Still looks pretty good. So I want to say this maybe has about 1,000 to 2,000 miles. So let's go ahead and loosen the drain filter, or the oil filter right there. So doing a quick visual on the brake and the rotors. Looks like we're gonna need some new brakes. These rotors are like extremely bad. Like, look at this, just groove after groove, and this already has a huge lip on it, so it's just gonna make noise every time you brake. So I'm gonna go ahead and order some new rotors and pads for the Scion XB. I don't see anything else wrong with the vehicle. It drives perfectly well. I did notice some exhaust leak right here. Might not be too bad. Could probably live with that. Shocks look okay. They're not leaking. This one's actually leaking, so we're gonna look into some shocks. See if we can maybe get some for really cheap. Some KYBs or possibly Tokikos, who knows. And yeah, BB. Tires are still pretty good, so we're gonna run these tires to the ground and then get my cousin some aftermarket wheels eventually. But everything's looking good, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my oil change here and go from there. Here's the Toyota oil filter number. They replaced the F1s or the F2s with N1s, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that until it stops. Good. Torque the drain bolt. Now we're gonna go ahead and refill it. What's up? So right here is where we loosen the tension for the serpentine belt. We just pretty much loosen this and move the alternator back a bit. Remove our old belt and then put the new one on. So once I went ahead and replaced the belt already, I'm gonna go ahead and get a long crowbar or pry bar, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply tension right here and just pull and just give the power steering pump tension and tighten it up. So that belt's already installed. We're gonna go ahead and install the crank one, which loops right here to the AC compressor, to the water pump, and then up above to the alternator. I'll show you guys diagrams on how to do that. Already installed the belt. I'm gonna go ahead and get the same pry bar and just pretty much want to put tension on the alternator right about right here. You're gonna want to move this, careful not to break that sensor. Just give it tension and move the alternator forward. Go right here. Move it as forward as we can. So there you have it. Serpentine belt is installed. Pretty easy stuff. Something an amateur can do. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some oil in the car. Went ahead and also did a brake fluid extraction, and we replaced his brake fluid with some really fresh one. And while I was at it, I also did his power steering pump. I evacuated all the fluid from there, and I ended up putting some ATF because that's what the cap calls for. Dextron type ATF. Use some Honda brake fluid for the brake fluid. Doesn't really matter if it's a Honda or a Toyota. Already did the oil change. Sounds pretty good. It's a pretty good first car. So we're gonna do another part 2 service for this. I'm gonna finish up the rest of the stuff and we'll come back and go over it.